Hey guys, it's me, Dax Moy from Magic 100, coming to you live and direct from Phuket in Thailand, where I'm enjoying a 2-week vacation with my family. I just wanted to take a couple of minutes out to have a quick chat with you because today, April the 10th, marks the 100th day of 2010, which is quite simply, if you think about my entire Magic 100 program, means that I've reached the end of the first cycle of my 2010 Magic 100s. And tomorrow we'll be restarting my next 100-day goal achievement challenge. What does this mean? Well, it simply means it's a chance for me to take stock of what's gone really, really well for me over the last 100 days, what I could have done more of, what goals I've set for myself that were maybe a little bit too big, or that, even more importantly than that, I lost passion for over the 100 days. So it gives me a chance to create a whole series of new goals, which I've literally been doing this afternoon, sitting right here on the beach. I've not only come up with 100, I've come up with 107 goals so far, and I really had to curb myself to limit myself to those 107. A lot of people really struggle when it comes to setting their goals, and they're not sure what constitutes a goal, whether a goal is too big, whether it's too small. What I say to that is really quite simply, choose the goals that excite you, choose the goals that impassion you, choose the goals that you really feel would make the biggest difference to your life if they were to come true. And one of the things that I often think about is, what would be my ideal day? Let's imagine that every single goal I set for myself over the next 100 days and 100 days after that and 100 days after that, let's imagine they will all come true for me. Where are they taking me? What is this ideal life that I'm trying to build for myself? And quite simply, I've been working on this concept of the ideal life for the last 10 years now. And every year I get closer and closer and closer and closer to actually living that ideal life. And being here in Phuket, Thailand is actually one of those examples about how my ideal life is coming to be. See, ages ago I set myself this idea that the ideal life was based upon the ideal number of years that you could string together, you know, kind of living an ideal year over and over again. Now, what was an ideal year? Well, it dawned on me that an ideal year was simply a number of ideal months that you string together. And what's an ideal month? Well, it's simply a number of ideal weeks, and ultimately the ideal week comes together from stringing together some ideal days. So by my reasoning at least, if I can have an ideal day, if I know exactly what an ideal day looks like to me, then all I've got to do is try to first off build that ideal day, and then secondly try to relive that ideal day over and over and over and over again. So let's think on this. For me, when I was building my ideal day, I thought, what would be the perfect day that I would feel I would never get bored of? I wouldn't have to lie, cheat, steal or hurt anybody in order to get there. So, you know, I'm not talking about kind of my ideal day robbing banks or you know, snorting cocaine or any of those strange things that people often get up to. I'm talking about something that would be positive, something that would make me feel great, that I wouldn't have to hurt anybody in order to get. And I decided that really for me the ideal day would be something really like the day that I'm living right now. It would be waking up nice and early, maybe having a workout or a very early morning swim by the pool, or coming down onto the beach and watching the sunrise. It will be having a really healthy breakfast with my family, you know, fresh picked fruit, stuff that hasn't been sat in crates or supermarkets for days, weeks or even months, but that was picked that morning or the day before, and that you can really taste the goodness from. Before then, going out onto the beach, playing with my children, spending some time with my wife, reading some books, writing some of my own books, some of the things that I'm really passionate about, blogging to my communities, you know, working on products that I could sell that would really help a lot of people, but that at the same time would make me a lot of money, that would enable me to continue to live that ideal life. As my day goes on, what would it look like? It would look like a bit more of the same, some more time on the beach, maybe working with some clients and doing some telephone consulting, having an evening where I sit on the beach with my family, see the sun go down, go to dinner, you know, have a wonderful evening with my family, and so on and so forth. Now let me tell you, whenever I come to Thailand, I'm living my ideal life as closely as I possibly can be. I'm doing all of those things and more. You know, just today I've already been to the gym. I've spent hours on the beach. As you can probably see, I'm a little bit lobster red at the moment. I've eaten some great food. I've already worked with my community today, already sent out a great blog post that's already generated me tons of online sales already. You know, the expense of living here in Thailand today is more than paid for by the online stuff I've already done today. So, you know, all I've got to do is sit back, relax, enjoy, chill with my family. I can tell you this is the life I would never ever get bored of. I'm still getting the time to look at my adventure goals, my education goals, my relationship goals, my financial goals, my contribution goals, my spiritual goals, and my health goals. All of these things are all being addressed on a daily basis, and I could see myself being able to do this indefinitely. So not only do I know what my ideal life looks like, I'm making huge inroads into living that ideal life every single time I come out here. Believe me, I come here a lot. This is my 7th year of coming to Thailand now. I've been here 27 times in 7 years. So I come here a lot, and that doesn't include other trips to, you know, all around Europe and to Cambodia and to Vietnam and Australia and all these other things. So I spend a lot of my life trying to live my ideal day. So the big question to you, actually, I guess there are two. The first one is, are you spending much of your life living anything near to your ideal day? Are you spending anything like, you know, any decent quality time trying to live your ideal day? And the second thing is, do you even know what your ideal day looks like? That's a big one. Do you even know what your ideal day looks like? If you don't know what your ideal day looks like, the chances of you actually achieving your ideal day are minuscule. Okay, they're minuscule, because you can never ever hit a target you've never hung. You can never hit a target you've never hung. If you don't know what your ideal day looks like, the likelihood of you ever achieving it is minute. Okay, so look, just spend a bit of time today, having a bit of time thinking about what your ideal day would look like. Everything from, you know, where you'd be, who you'd be with, what you would do when you woke up, what you would eat, what you would do next, what contributions you'd make, how you'd look after your health, how you would strengthen your relationships, what you would do to make money during the ideal day, how you would contribute, how you look after your spiritual self, how you look after your health, all of these things. What would you do in order to create the ideal day? I promise you this, if you can spend some time out creating the ideal day first in your mind, then on paper, it won't be very, very long until you start to see that ideal day manifest, just as it has done for me and just as it has done for thousands upon thousands of other people. Okay, so that's your thought for today from me, Dax Moy, here in beautiful Thailand. I hope the thought was useful to you. I hope you do something with it, and I hope that you pretty much soon get to be living your ideal day just as I am mine. Take care.